Hello boys and girls, ladies and gents, this game is called Dream Key, Ollies Adventure. This game is very obscure, not even the rarest gamer has covered it. I can only assume that this game is unfinished. The first sign of it is that the options menu doesn't work no matter how many times you click on it. So why don't we dive into the game and see how else it's unfinished. This is basically a 3D platformer where you navigate this character named Ollie all across. Each level has 5 purple gems to collect, and once all the 5 are collected, you have this key that appears on a yellow cross, and then you use it to unlock a gate to the red cross to exit the level. That was when I suddenly remembered you're supposed to use the left shift key to jump. I think it was in 2007 when I first came across this game. When I first played this, I got stuck on level 2 because I didn't know how to jump, even though the gap between the islands implies that there was supposed to be a jumping ability. So I looked up the controls online and learned it was supposed to be left shift. Ever since then, I managed to advance. I mentioned in a previous video that OBS does not really pick up full-screen wine applications that well. I tried using VirtualBox and it said that it could not generate any 3D models. Then I tried using my Dell PC with Windows 10 on it and it kept giving me memory access violation errors. With Wine being the only way to play this game at all, I had no choice but to use my webcam and point it at the screen, which is unfortunate considering parts of the interface get cut off. Same would go for the sound effects, but then again, there's not much sound in it to begin with. All we get are clicking at the main menu, running footsteps, and ringing from the clock on the bottom left corner when time runs out. You know what else is also limited? There's also the limited number of levels. That's right, there's only 15 in this entire game, all within a single island world. The implication is that had this game been finished, there would have been more levels and likewise more worlds. Not to mention a working options menu, a game over screen, and a world complete screen. We also wouldn't have those coordinate indicators on the top of the screen, which is usually for debugging purposes and not intended for the finished product. I wouldn't want to know what these mushrooms do there. I probably wouldn't want to touch them. The fact that there's green particles coming out implies that there is something malicious with them. These mushrooms, on the other hand, look perfectly benevolent. The game was said to have been developed by Dark June Studios. I tried to find a working archive of the website, or at least one that mentions Dream Key Ollies Adventure, but all I got instead were homestead pages saying, "Sorry, the site you requested has been disabled." And even the earliest archived copy was not immune to this. So I'm hoping that one of the original developers can step up and probably tell me why this game ended up unfinished. Whoa, did you see that? I could actually do that without picking up the key. Unfortunately, I cannot say I recommend this game to anyone because in such an unfinished state, it's not likely to be as long-lasting as your typical 3D platformer. If this is going to be in a perpetual beta, then so be it, I guess. The goal of this video is to bring to attention an old game that hasn't been looked at for a long time and probably spark a discussion on why it was not finished. This game had all the potential to be its own series of 3D platformer games, and yet it never got finished. Well, this is the last level in the entire game. If I lose all my lives, I'll end up with a memory access violation error. And from what I remember, even if I did manage to get through this 15th level, I would still get a memory access violation error because the game was never finished, so there was no world complete screen. Well, that's just about it. That's the end of the game, and that's the end of our walkthrough. See you in the next one.